Okay, hello everyone. I decided to do my author presentation on Kate Chopin. Kate Chopin was born in St. Louis, Missouri on February 8, 1850. She was raised by both of her parents speaking English and French. She was bilingual and also bicultural. In 1855 through 1868, Kate attended St. Louis Academy of the Sacred Heart. She was mentored by her mother and grandmother along with independent nuns. In June 1870, she married her loving husband Oscar and then soon after moved to New Orleans, Louisiana. Years later, her husband died when she was 32 years old, which left her with their 6 children alone. In 1855, her mother later died, which began the start of Kate's writing journey. These are her top 5 works that she did. The first one was The Story of an Hour. The second one was The Storm. The third one was Desiree's Baby. The fourth one was A Pair of Silk Stockings. And the last one was A Respectable Woman. Her achievements: she won several medals at the Sacred Heart Academy in St. Louis, Missouri. She was one of America's essential authors, and at first she was not awarded many awards due to her broad controversial literary works. Some of the themes she used in her writings were: one was racism. Kate Chopin uses this theme in one of her short stories called Desiree's Baby. She wrote this due to occasions in the South of the United States. Desiree's Baby conveys this theme of racism by using a married couple. The husband rejects his wife's love due to the fact he thinks she has African American backgrounds. The next one is gender and identity. In most of Kate Chopin's narratives, she incorporates many gender roles. Her main focus is typically of females she who believe should be looked at as great norms of society. Next is love and affection. Chopin uses this theme, love, in some of her works. Her main focus for this was to try to convey that women can be strong-minded even in relationships with their spouses or by themselves. Literary criticism. She used feminist criticism, and this criticism was by Christina R. Williams, and this criticism was important because it explains Chopin's reasonings behind the rise of feminism in her literary works. Next was racial criticism, and this criticism right here was by Sheen Dan, and this criticism was a good criticism because it discusses the actual standpoint of Kate Chopin's reasoning of her work against racial oppression. Next was sociological. This one was by Karen Simmons, and this criticism is great because it expressed Chopin's reflection on women in society. Next was gender criticism, and this one was actually by 2 authors, which names were Suzanne Sharon Green and David J. Call. This criticism towards gender makes a great point. Kate uses many gender roles throughout her stories to help prove her main points to readers. Next was constructive criticism, and this one was by her Sayersted. This criticism can be looked at either good or bad. Chopin uses lots of realism in her works, but sometimes her uses of realism could be mistaken by something different. My opinion of Kate Chopin, I believe she was a very well-rounded author. She wrote many great works that lots of people praised her for, and she had a very unique style of writing that people loved also. And I just loved how she incorporated real-life situations and issues into her works, which was definitely a plus, and that was something that I really loved. These are my sources, and these are the questions that we had to answer. Some of them didn't pertain to my actual presentation, so if I skip over them, that's why. So for A, why did the author work, literary movement inspire you? Um, Kate Chopin as an author and her works inspired me because she focuses mainly towards the side of women and how they are important in society. The next one is, what did you create? I create an author presentation. The next question is, how does your presentation represent the author or work? It represents Kate Chopin by giving specific details of her life background and her works. As you can see, she was an author who had a very strong passion for her stories and short stories. This presentation was created to show and recognize the accomplishments of her and have a well-graded author she was. Along with her accomplishments, the presentation represents her own personal lifestyle as well, and it also represents her knowledge of women in society. The next question, why did you select this medium format? I basically just selected this because it was a easier approach to take. Just the fact that presentations that you could literally put everything down, you can see what you wrote and present it. So yeah. What materials did you use? Really didn't use anything except for Google and PowerPoint, and that's all. um, F and G, I'm skipping because that doesn't have anything to do with what I did. H, what did you want to capture? Did you accomplish this? In my presentation, I wanted to basically just capture Kate's works by giving specific details of her own personal life and also the stories that she wrote. And yes, I do think I accomplished this very well. I I'm skipping that question too because that doesn't have anything to do with what I did. And the last one is, the author work literary movement hit home with you anyway. Yes, to a certain extent, some of her themes that she incorporated into her works um kind of hit home, especially when she incorporated like racism and stuff like that. Of course, that hit home because that's something that the world have dealt with before. So yeah, that's all, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you.